the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just wanna be stable, tell my family we made it. I was coming for my spot, a young had to be patient. Now I'm running up, these bands can hit the island for vacation. I've been on my haters, you could say I'm constipated. 5 racks on his fit, just to stunt while I'm in Vegas. For my body, shout out to my Caleb Young. Got the cake up, now he's on the data. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his blow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo.
Somebody call for the queen. Dagger.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some rats by the morning. For the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, big Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on me, yeah, make some orange gel on my toes, yeah, Farrakhan glasses for the trolls, yeah, you can go and get mad, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too. Dripping my swag, you about tag on, I got it in the bag, man. I'm getting all type of cash on my general true. I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some rats by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a mint on the morning.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. Trevor Davis now to return. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
88.
On second down, here's Rodgers. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Alec Ogletree coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Liz.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And incomplete to open things up. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Come on, let's go!
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Lester flushed out right. He may try. And a loose football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you've got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Excellent. Get 300.
On play action. Now Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 62 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. Rodgers to throw once more. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Crosby puts it through, and the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And the Giants ready to come out now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoff.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Rosas now to kick this one away. Returnable here for Davis. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Crosby with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Crosby on now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. On 1st and 10, Lester has got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Eli Harold in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got room. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10. Rodgers will try again on second down. Flush to his right. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. Touchdown, Packers! 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. He oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Crosby on now to kick it away. Returning it, Carlos Henderson. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
On first down, Lester into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Over here.
On second down, Johnson. He takes this down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
58.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And Crosby puts it through, and that will get the lead up to 14. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it up.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. He digs them partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12. Off play action. Lester. Hard throw, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that would help him in contract time. You could have kicked that one short.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Alec Ogletree in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep is Carlos Henderson. And New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
A handoff to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Looking to throw. Lester. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 65 yards. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. On play action, Rodgers stepping, and it's a touchdown for the Packers. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. On the return is Henderson. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Ohio!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got this down to the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And past the 30 down to about the 27. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Black round!
Throwing on 1st down, Lester. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Lester. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Lester looking for the end zone. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Rosas now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving night. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And now out come the Giants. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive.
Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down.
I'll bet you as they ran out there for that play, the head coach either on his headset or he pulled him aside and told the special teams coordinator, whatever block you've got, pull it out of the bag right now. We need a spark.
When you can just feel it on their sideline, the air just kind of out of the balloon. Now maybe you're right, a spark, a little bit of hope.
That's when the special teams coordinator who works on this ad nauseum, I'm talking about morning, noon, and night, he's trying to figure out, okay, where's my best opportunity? Which one do I have? And he pulled the right one and got his team going and hopefully back into the game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Lester dancing to his left. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with the pick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Hey, 626.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That is caught by Cobb. And it's a Packer touchdown. Randall Cobb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Crosby on now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lester, throw left side, complete to Ingram. That one goes for 24 yards.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Here's a give to Barkley. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Come on, let's go. Grind 38. Grind 38. Flex round. Flex round.
To throw on 2nd down. Lester over the middle. He's got his tight end Ingram. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Flex round. Flex round. Come on, let's go. What? None.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he lost the football. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Derek Barnett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play for the Pack on 3rd. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Now Rodgers operating from the gun. This will be caught at about the 6. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Caught left side by Cobb. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This is caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Crosby with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Crosby on now to kick it away. On the return is Henderson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Ohio! Ohio!
Back to throw. Lester. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Nick Perry in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Lester. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Giants on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looking to throw. Lester. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Throwing now is Rodgers. His throw caught at about the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A very solid gain of 27. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that will extend this big lead. Crosby on now to kick it away. On the return is Henderson. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here, and the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. To throw on third down. Lester. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And they'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. The Packers on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
3-18. Hey, where are you going? Cali. Going left, Cali. 3-18.
From the gun, Rodgers. Trying to lay one up deep. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because...
You're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Back to throw. Lester to Shepard, complete over the middle. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Lester in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. Only 3 punts in NFL history have gone for 90 yards or more. You just witnessed one. It's number 4. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things
going to work.
That's called